We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
The safer the roads, the heavier my pockets. Always a pleasure.
This might contain useful information.
Shall we take a closer look?
Make the fruit robberant ourselves, or purchase some at Runer's Apothecary in Melve.
Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shall...
If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. Very well. There is no... But I shan't take up any more of your...
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The watchhead's waiting for you.
Simple conversation oft reveals what a week of searching never could.
Whom shall we follow again, sir? Say, have you brought some fruit robberant for me? Oh, well, if you do pick some up, you know...
Could you come over here? We've arrived, I see. That's a... relief. Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit, Roberant, are we? Always a pleasure.
The recipient awaits, Master.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit roborant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir.
I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like, I'll bet.
'Twas a pleasure to recount such good tidings.
Now, Sir Gregor wants a word, eh? Hardly surprising. The Arisen's attentions are always in demand. Follow me, Master, if you would. I'll bring you to the one you seek.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Our road was a long one, but here we are at last.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once.
Hail, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
Saurians are monsters of fearsome strength, 'tis true, but I've yet to meet a foe that explosive casks can't scatter.
You have my support.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps it's time I went looking for him.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak.
It's been a hard day.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now.
One can see far to the distance from here.
It would be a good place to take stock of our surroundings.
Right you are. I shall not fail you.
Shall I assist?
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration. One can see far to the distance from here.
Twould be a good place to take stock of our surroundings.
You have my support.
As I recall, the location of another of our tasks is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
There, Master! Saurians!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
The Arisen has been drenched! I shan't allow any further harm to come to me.
Are we ignoring the enemy today?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
You have my support.
Well-aimed strike, right where it hurts. Pinning these creatures is the surest means to ward against their foul speed. know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the Saurian's nest, and your task is done.
A single jar of poison ought to send those Saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own. Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
A moment long awaited.
A resounding success.
A laudable result. Just what I would expect of the Arisen.
'Tis vital that... rest and regain our strength before moving on.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
got goblins!
Not bad. Let's see more where that came from.
Dare I say it, we trounced our foe well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. I'll gather this. It might be of use.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of our kingdom, sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Best hope you're not one of them. Regardless...
Our party is well balanced. I can see no weaknesses that might be exploited.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
Right you are.
I would so enjoy seeing... This obstacle's smashed to pieces.
I am ready to attack, Master. I would gladly be of aid, Arisen.
Good. Let us make for the capital.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see...
It is uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I would make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us part.
Aye. Is there aught you require?
Off where I stand.
Paul, they're said to travel twixt the worlds through those, rift stones, I believe they're called.
I'd not.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
It's no easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
Nodded off for a moment there.
Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
Stubbornness is a kind of strength, I suppose. Still waiting on that report. Oh, could use a rest.
Very well, but pray do not make me wait over long.
You have no need of my assistance at present, but I shall be ready to render aid at a moment's notice. Is your pack slowing you down, Master? Pray, bear in mind that you can only carry so much by yourself.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
fast, Arisen. I will be with you in but a moment.
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
Goblins approach!
That was superb, Arisen.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
As you wish, I shall return directly.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! Might await us on the road ahead.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
Hang in there, Master. We're coming to assist.
One of our number is unconscious.
Whatever 'tis you do, I shall gladly.
wish me to return? At once, Master. While in another world, rather close by here, perhaps I could show you the way.
You have no need of my assistance at present, but I shall be ready to render aid at a moment's notice.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
What's this? We're trapped. Five! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Cyclops. Right. Be on your guard.
A Cyclops!
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another Force Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've neither got aid.
Follow my example.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the Sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days passed. You confronted the dragon in the village of The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Ramon's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the Sovereign in your stead. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear? You have my fullest confidence.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Thought you could hide, eh? Oi! Halt! Holding off where I stand. So tired. I can get just about anywhere.
Good morning,
Still a lot of dull finishes, though. I'll gladly stay a while. I fancy a kick, but not at the expense of my duty. I see which way the wind. It's blowing.
What should I get up to? This cannot be allowed. Each new day is a chance to turn a profit.
'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
What are you up to? Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Come back any time. Welcome.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
Regarding the Vermund...
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. The true arisen, then. There is a problem, however. And only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
Off we go then. There are beasts to be slain.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. As do not forget that we work to serve... There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen, you will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deez's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels for now. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits. What say you, Your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your...
Follow me. Seems I've caught someone's eye. We're off to Burnworth Palace then.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word.
Always a pleasure.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Right, just follow me. We've arrived, I see. That's a relief. Do you know... long you'll be? I only asked.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Wait for the new equipment coming.
Would that I could a welcome respite from all that hassle and bustle.
I'd sooner stay out of the battle where it's possible.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Can't leave my post, I'm afraid. I must keep a clear mind. You've more fight in you than that. Find yourself hard pressed to respond. Dare incite my wrath.
got to focus. My head will roll if Morse goes.
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
Onward to Vernworth Castle.
many understand the importance of rest.
Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavour.
Greetings. You seek guidance, do you not? You need only make a worthy offering in exchange. I have seen your path. May these words... You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
At your leisure.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth.
We must rest, though the sun... To this world I return, ready to put all I've learned to use.
A good sleep does wonders.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Something smells divine. Well met, son. How might I be of service? This really is fun.
Good day to you.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master's... Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? Much appreciated. Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you. Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain?
Tell is, Vermund was once a Beastren kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment! Let's not be swindlers with bubble. Watch the skies and be careful of God.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
worthy of caution. We ought to save our best.
A battle avoided is a battle won, I suppose.
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
I quite agree.
Don't think you're safe just because you're in the city. Monsters have gotten bolder of late, and more ferocious. One found its way inside the common quarter just the other night. Much blood was spilled afore the thing was cold. You could say 'twas an ill twist of fortune. But mayhap we ought to be better prepared for such incidents. I wonder if building a nice, high wall is out of the question.